Incense.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Seth Geis from the Pastani Studios, John McTavish, and from the Box Press Studio, Jiunn Liu. How you guys doing tonight?
Dude, I'm doing well. I'm not getting
Doing
eaten by
well,
flesh-eating scarab beetles,
right?
which is when you see the box on these things, it makes me think of the movies The Mummy, and it makes me think of those beetles that are just crawling all
Dude,
over them, dude.
like,
Do you
and I
remember
was
that shit?
okay. I was okay with the flesh eating until they did the under the skin thing, and then I'm like, I don't want bugs under the skin. No
Do you
bugs
just
under the
remember
skin.
it like that? It was like that early graphics too, man. It was like
Oh
in the
yeah,
palm,
so
and you're like,
cheesy.
oh, dude, it's gonna go in there, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh shit, dude, it's
yeah.
All right. So today we are talking about the Highclere Castle Senetjer. This cigar is a Figurado 6 3/4 by 52. Comes out of the Tabacalera AJ Fernandez factory in Nicaragua. Wrapper is Ecuadorian Habano. Binder is Brazilian Matafina. The filler is undisclosed. Blended by Nicholas Melillo. Price point is $33. Cigar was released in November of 2022. And we picked these cigars up from Corona Cigar Company. So if you are in Florida and near one of the locations, be sure to stop in for a cigar and a libation. But if you are not nearby, you can go to the website or you can give them a call, place an order, and they will ship it to you very quickly. I ordered on Friday afternoon. I received my package today,
Damn,
Monday. Sorry. So
very
I
nice.
say today.
Yeah,
This
they have
review
no
comes
idea what
out. Who
today
knows
is.
when? Yeah, exactly. So very quick shipping from those guys. All right. June, take us through your experience with this cigar.
Yeah, this is I think I've liked all the Highclere castles so far. I don't know, how many has this been? Like three or four releases, I think.
Three,
Yeah,
I'd say.
Connecticut Maduro, and
Yeah.
then the Senator.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
no, no.
No,
There's
No.
been no, you're right. There's three. There's the Habano. It was like the Habano one that came out with the
Habano.
Yeah.
gin. Yeah, yeah.
The
That
blue
paired with
band, the red
that paired with
band,
it.
and then this purple band. Correct? Those are the
Yeah,
three?
yeah, that
Yes.
sounds right.
can we
Um,
just talk about how dope that purple is?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
yeah,
The band, dude. It's a
that
beautiful
purple should be
cigar.
used more, in my opinion.
It's a beautiful. That's a beautiful cigar.
Yeah.
Mhm, for sure. Um, yeah, so I thought it was good. I thought that this was for me, this was one of the more like stronger iterations of Highclere Castle, but just like all the other Highclares, I felt like this one gave like a really rich, like balanced flavor profile. Like, you know, it's $33, but at the same time, the flavors were like I think I might have said this in my review, but um some of these cigars that we smoke, will sometimes will be like, yeah, it's like more for the European market, but really sometimes that's a really nice way of me saying it's not, it's kind of flavorless and it's kind of thin and hollow. Uh, and then I think about stuff like this of what I always prefer is I prefer a full set of flavors, just like the cigar, where it doesn't have to beat you over the head with strength. And even though if there was strength, it's like a added, like ramped up delivery instead of like just knock your head over with it. So, anyways, I didn't really talk much about flavors. It's subjective. Nobody gives a shit about flavor. At the end of the day, just want to know, is it a good cigar? I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's $33, even though it's made at AJ's factory. You should go smoke it because it's actually good.
All right, Seth, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, listen, I got some cocoa notes. There was some coffee, mineral spice, some dry earth, leather. Flavors are subjective. Well said, June. I was just I'm gonna give some descriptions because people actually want to hear that shit though. So
Yeah,
that's we got to do
I
it.
got the same flavors you did.
Um,
Why not?
Medium full strength and body. I'll say I know June pointed out that the construction was really good because it was AJ, but I'll say this that even with this being an AJ, with it being a figurado of this sense, even like the good factories have issues with these, but this smoked wonderfully throughout. Which really is it's a great experience when you have it. I think you also get it with like the Oliva Bees. I usually find that with those figurados, it just makes it for you really get to treasure the special Vitola while not having to deal with any burn issues. So yeah, it was a nice dark, rich flavor profile. John?
Yeah, I'm gonna echo a lot of what was said. It's a good cigar. Definitely the sort of darker, richer flavors, a lot more full bodied. Like I would describe it as if it's a beer, it's more of a barrel aged stout than it is, a thin Guinness, which is, June said, it's kind of nice. If you're going into a cigar like this, I think you want a richer experience. You're expecting a more palate coating experience, and I certainly got that in the first third. Chocolate, tobacco, medium plus strength spices, mossy wood, just really nice walk around the flavor map. And then the second third, kind of more wood forward, so creamy wood, tannic wood, spices mixing in with the wood, and then rich tobacco and kind of mixing in there. And then the last third for me was a lot more tobacco and earth playing off of against each other with some spices in the background. It was great. And as people said already, perfect burn, perfect draw, which, you'd say is taken for granted, but time and time again, we've talked about super expensive cigars with poor burn or poor draw, and that was not the case here. So, we'll get into the price and stuff later, but technically, it was a good cigar. Aaron?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with toasted cedar, cinnamon, and floral notes. Cinnamon transitioned to black pepper pretty quickly. Got a light creaminess that joined in for a bit and then departed, and got some earth that joined in a bit later. Second, third saw the earth increase and the pepper decrease, as well as the cedar transition into oak. And then a final third saw the earth pick up a bit. I thought the cigar had a nice flavor profile through the first two thirds. Had that nice floral supporting note that I enjoy. Final third dropped a little bit as the earth became a bigger player. Overall, I thought the cigar was pretty nice. It's a one and done's, and along with the price point, probably not something I'm gonna get to smoke again, but not because I don't want to smoke it again, just because availability and price probably just puts it out of reach for me to smoke it again. So I did not have perfect construction. Had a little bit of wavy burn. Cigar went out on me once, so I got the bum one from AJ, which kind of a bit of a bummer, but it is what it is. So yeah, not too bad. Let's get into the scores. We are going to start at the top with Seth at 6.92. Jiunn and John both gave it a 6.82, and then I gave it a 6.47. So Seth, have that 6.92 matchup for you.
Yeah, listen, it's a really good, it's a beautiful cigar, I thought. I think it's Nick's actually done a lot of better stuff with AJ, and I think for a while, I think we were really excited. I was excited about him working with Tabsa, and then we've kind of see where that is. But what he's done with AJ, he's really produced a lot of great blends that showed some of his qualities from Drew Estate, and this is kind of something new. Yeah, I wish I could smoke it again. It's just because the availability makes it hard. At the same time, I think that's what makes it somewhat special on it,
Yeah.
though. So yeah, I'd love to, I look forward to his next limited release of this nature.
All right, Jiunn, 6.82.
Yeah, I think the bigger question is how does scoring over 6 feel for you, Aaron?
Oh, we'll get to me. I'll talk about that.
Um, so no, this is I totally agree with Seth. Like I'm reminded of I think he did um that Tabernacle, or is it all the lines? But I think that Lancero came out of AJ's
Oh
factory too.
yeah, yeah. Tabernacle
Yeah.
Lancero.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Mhm.
a really good cigar, and it
Yeah.
takes you away from that like AJ typical profile. So I don't know, man. Like whether it's a function of Nick being a lot more hands-on, even though it's being rolled at AJ's or whatever it is, he's doing it right. So kudos to him, and especially within this particular profile, like he continues to kind of make it different and like up the level, but still keep it very like Highclere Castle, like elegant, I'd say.
Yeah.
All right, John, 6.82 as well for you.
Yeah, it matches up well. Aaron?
My 6.47 matches up well. Yeah, I thought it was really good flavors. I just had the burn issues, which kind of knocked it down. Otherwise, I'd be right in line with John and June's score. So for me, I'm usually not a fan of things that come from AJ's factories. So for me, this is, I think, as good a cigar that has ever come out of that factory for me. Aside from some of the very, very early Southern Draw stuff, that would be kind of in this wheelhouse. But this is, I have not been a fan of cigar after cigar after cigar that's come out of these factories, and this one finally breaks that breaks that trend. So, like I said, I'd smoke it again. It's a shame it's a $33 cigar that you can't buy anymore, but it is what it is. So, I'll go along with that. Final thoughts from this, then, you guys.
Wait, what do you mean can't buy anymore?
Well,
Dude,
this is
they're
like
just
a one-time
they're
run.
like
Like that
they're
was
like
it. I mean,
they're
you
like
could
out
you
of
could buy
stock.
it if you could find it at a retailer, but
Yeah, if you can find it, you
Yeah.
should buy it.
I
Really.
just went. I went to look at like 7 stores, like the big stores online, and they're all out of stock.
Yeah.
It's one of these
Really?
things. Like I'm sure that there might be. I'm sure that there's a brick and mortar that probably has a box or maybe some line around that I could call and so forth. But I bet these are.
Interesting.
I'm not surprised by it.
No, I think
No,
Nick, it's Nick, and Nick is in a place I think where he's had consistent releases for a number of years now, and he puts out a limited edition. And I don't think it's like a new manufacturer coming out with limited edition first time. Like he's got the kudos. So I think people are at a point where they're like, yeah, I'll buy that, sure.
$33 a cigar, and it's sold out at like 7 major online retailers. We
Dude,
are in a we're in a crazy time in
it's-
cigar smoking.
I'll say this. It's a box of
It's not
12.
even Davidoff.
It's a box of 12. If you've looked at that cigar box and it's like for under
Oh,
400,
that packaging is out of control.
I'd buy it. I'd buy it. I would.
Davidoff could probably have taken cues from the packaging on this. Like this was uber
This
well done.
was great.
Oh,
This is
interesting.
great
All right.
packaging.
Okay.
I think to be honest, the 33 is absolutely justifiable. This is one of those cigars where I'm like, yes, I can.
What? Who am I reviewing with? What? What the fuck?
What is going on?
I'll say it. Like I'll say it. It's the disappoint. I like that he didn't put it in coffins. I think
Yes.
I think it'd be kind of hypocritical if you put coffins in terms of in a sarcophagus, but it'd be funny. And it's like I can see the appeal to do it just so that you could add value to it. But at the same point, I think this is one of those things that you have to buy. If I was a retailer, I would tell people to buy a box. I'd want people to buy the whole thing rather than cracking it open. Maybe open one if I had like a lounge and certain members in it, but other than that, just have someone buy the box. It's a beautiful setup.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new normal,
All right.
Jiunn.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, seriously. Jeez.
The next thing we talk about we'll have an interesting comment for that too. And those people are gonna be like, what are we talking about there?
Yeah. All right. Wherever you catch this video, be sure to like and subscribe, but check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. You can hear all of Jiunn's flavor notes that he didn't want to tell you about here. Follow us on all social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Senetjer.